All right. Happy Saturday, folks. We are now on quest number 16. As a reminder, the Bytexplorers are a group of data experts that anyone can join. You just have to mint NFT pass. And the point is that you mint a pass and you complete a bunch of different quests, and you'll earn reputation tokens as well as just straight up money for kind of participating and participating in these quests. You'll also be able to join a Telegram group with over 200 people in there just chatting about everything data and crypto. So definitely check it out. The weekly quest is just one of the quests that we run. It's every 2 weeks. It's open for basically submissions, and anyone can submit their data work. It can be a Dune Dash, it could be a GitHub repo, it could be like a Flipside or Nansen dashboard. It could be work that you've done at your company with a team. Any data work at all counts. It's open for submissions every 2 weeks, and then there's 2 weeks of voting from the community from anyone who is Trailblazer tier or above. And Trailblazer tier just means you have 50 guild tokens. You earn guild tokens from completing quests. And yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna, we did a live stream last week for quest number 15, doing another one or not last week, 2 weeks ago for quest number 15. Doing these live streams just to give people a more live look at kind of how I think about, people's data work and what I think can be improved. You can see what I am drawn to and the things that I kind of just skip on the dashboard. And I'll talk a lot about communicating those insights as well. Cool. So I'm already connected to Joke Race. So, this is all on chain, which is why you'll see a wallet connection on here. Let's just go one by one. Someone replied God. All right. Cool. So Klusko. I don't know. Klujuso submitted something for on-chain podcasts, and it's also featured in Artwork Network's newsletter. It's actually a good thing to mention. Anyone who's never heard of Art Network, it's probably the best weekly. I think they moved it to bi-weekly now, actually. So every 3 days, coverage of data in the space. I think it's still kind of slept on. And let's see, 218. I think for some reason the link broke, but we can find 218 here. Web3 Social, yep. And what this guy did, oh no. I think the link kind of broke here, but it should just be Pods overview. Cool, I think I've heard of Pods before. I'm pretty sure that's like an NFT minting for podcasts. Someone should do this for live streams so we can mint these as well. Or I'll just do this on Lonely one day. But yeah, I think that this is mainly for podcasts such as, I think Crypto Sapiens should be on here. If I'm not wrong. Yeah. Our good friend Humpty over at Crypto Sapiens. They're actually seeing a lot of revenue from. Hold on, how much does Defiant make? So Defiant, I'm guessing. You can see immediately I'm drawn to the money, right? I didn't even look at anything else yet. So Defiant, it looks like they made this amount total. It's not clear to me if this is minting just from one episode or from multiple episodes. So I'm reading this as they did maybe a couple episodes between December and January, and that's it. Versus maybe Crypto Sapiens, I know, has been consistent. Yeah, they've been consistently going. You see they were making why are there totals here? Anyways, you can see they were making, $100 a week, and then suddenly here they made 15,000 in 1 week. So there's some crazy growth there. Maybe I should get on there. But yeah, who are some of the biggest? Someone's making a very big portion of this. That would be the Mint podcast. Okay, I think that is I think that's Adam. I'm pretty sure that's Adam. This is cool. So let's see. Weekly show collectors, revenue per episode. This is interesting. Revenue per episode. Oh, are these all the episodes? Okay. So the bad thing about Dune right now is when you have this many group buys, it's really hard to read. So unfortunately for now, this is not a super ideal way of showing it. I think a better way of doing this would be doing it as a parameterized query, where you can parameterize a given creator, right? So I'm gonna go deeper in this today because we only have 7 submissions, so I can spend more time on this. But if I look through the query and I want to find the creator, where are they separating the creator? Episode URL, show. Okay, so I know there is a show. Hold on. Since I think it is good for me to, do a clear example of this. So I guess this is an external data set already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do distinct show from, and I know that my keyboard is extremely loud, and I apologize. I need to get a less loud keyboard. Was this pods? What's it called? Pods dot what? Pods dot media. Show query. And you'll see why I'm doing this in a second. And I'm gonna fork this. And I am going to add a parameterized query equals show. And what you can do on Dune is you can do a list, and I can actually get list options from a query. All right, so I can just put this ID here, call a name show, and let's do a default as, who had the most episodes on here? Alpha. I'm guessing. Let's just do Mint Podcast as the default here. By show. And you'll see, I need this to be in a quotes. And I'm going to move this to myself. So now this should all be one, whatchamacallit? It should all just be one creator. And now I can much more easily see like, oh, okay, a lot of their revenue came from this one Alex podcast. And it seems starting May 20th, they started putting out more podcasts. So I'm not actually sure how this works. I'm guessing there's some delay in terms of, is there when the episode came out? Let's see, show revenue, pods revenue. Also some little things here in terms of improving like the formatting of things, right? So like if I wanted this to be prettier, like you really should like delete that there, put whatever title, like make everything uppercase. I know it seems small, but it really makes a difference in how your dashboard looks. ETH rev, USD rev, and then I'll probably do like a 0.08 here, dollar amount here. I'll put some commas here. And you kind of immediately see this is a lot easier to read when you have it nicely formatted, right? So I'm just going to call this formatted. Again, I'm not going to do this for every dashboard, but this one has piqued my interest enough. I'll move this to my own account as well. So let's duplicate that over. And let me just make sure that the live stream's still working. Okay, it seems we're still live. OBS gave me some error, but I think we're good. I'm gonna go back to the dashboard. And let me see what else I can tease out of here. Collection cohort size. Monthly TVL, monthly retention. Dude, this dashboard's great. You should really make this as a parameterized dashboard for a specific creator, like show, so they can really understand their own, like, cohorts and retention. You could definitely go deeper on the collectors. I think there's so much on-chain data. Like, you could bring in their Farcaster names, you could bring in, like, just their different, like, number of transactions. Like, I think I have a map view that I should really make this into a spellbook table, but you can use this as well. I think I call it wallet summaries. Yeah. So, like, you could use this table to check all of these kind of features on a wallet. So, like, I highly recommend using that to improve these collectors down here. Other than that, let's see. Small things of just, like, making sure the legend is sorted by date. Maybe showing only the last 6 months of cohorts instead of 12, because it's just, like, it becomes too much to look at. And then unique episodes through 38. 0x sleepers. Dude, this is dope. Great dashboard. Yeah, this comment checks. Let me pull up a previous week, so I just copy and paste how I usually format this stuff. Oh, well, I didn't comment on my own. Cool, so you'll see that there is a novelty, completeness, and transparency score, right? So novelty, here. Oops, we won't go to the next one yet. So if you read more here, novelty is like, is it a copy? Is it surface level? Is it in-depth? Is it impactful? There's actually a third point in the middle here now from, sorry, I'm jumping around a lot. But I added a third point just so we can kind of go a little more in depth. So yeah, third point, in depth with clear questions. Completeness is going to be like, is it low effort? Is it a single query? Is it an in-depth query? Is it a simple dashboard? Is it an in-depth dashboard? Transparency, like, this is like, is it open source? Is there a methodology? Was there an article? Was there a high quality article? Right? Things that I think are very important. So I'm going to go here. I think that it's in-depth with impactful insights. I think it is an in-depth dashboard. I think that the article, like, if you're in our network, I'm pretty much guaranteeing you that you're like it's a high value article. But I'll check what they wrote about it. Pods Media. This is from David. Good summary. Weekly revenue. Yep. Show revenue breakdown. Most recent collector. Yeah. Dude, it's good stuff. This is a really great example. Clear metrics and categorization of charts. No chart feels like it's just extra filler. Some improvements could include doing a query param, chart for creators, like this one. And also using tables like this one to get deeper insights on collector wallets. All right, let's send this, and it's gonna get a 64. This is absolutely amazing. Yes, yes, optimism is congested. All right. Rabby gas campaigning metrics. First, let me copy this part again, just so I don't have to get it later. I think I know who this is. Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm gonna close some of these. Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need this. Rabby gas campaigning. This dashboard summarizes Rabby gas campaigning, where the Rabby wallet subsidized gas fees. I see. It shows total gas, breaking it down by blockchains. Okay, so I'm seeing this and I'm immediately thinking, what kind of transactions did they cover the gas for? Because there's no way they just covered gas for every single transaction. Like how much did they spend per user, which I think I'm going to go through, and then when did the campaign run and the retention of those users. That's immediately what comes to my head as things I want to see. So I see total subsidized, I see users, it looks like less than $600 a user, which is pretty expensive, I think, for customer acquisition. Number of transfers, now I'm reading this as did they only subsidize transfers. So volume of gas, transfers and receivers, total gas subsidized by chain. So I'll say, like, look, this is interesting, but because this is a campaign of users, I expect to see more of like a user-focused charts at the top. I think like seeing it by blockchain is only interesting to me if certain users for some reason had higher retention on a blockchain. Ethereum accounts 50% of subsidized gas. Majority of the subsidized users are Arbitrum and Binance chain. Although the subsidy, the cost of the campaign has not been calculated. Important note, some of the transactions are top users subsidized. Okay, cool. So, based on a rubric here, I think it gets a 2 for novelty. I think that you could have come in with clear research questions, right? So, could have, well, let me first say, this is an interesting campaign. I'm glad you're covering it. I think you could have set more clear questions you wanted to answer around user retention or user spend per, or I guess subsidy per user. Gas spent on blockchains is interesting. However, since this is a customer acquisition campaign, more user / per user focused charts and metrics are more impactful. Try taking a more wallet-focused approach. Also signal the length of the campaign as well as impact retention afterwards. And do a Twitter or Warpcast thread on it. Transparency, I think it's open source. There's a clear methodology. There's no article, so that gets a 2. And do I think it's simple or do I think it's in-depth? I probably need a better way of comparing these. I would still say it goes past being just simple. Yeah, like I would say it's in depth, it's just not super impactful yet. So you still get a 4 on completeness. That means that overall you get a 16. So we're going to send that in. We're going to give you a 16. If you're wondering, like, oh, 2 plus 4 plus 2 is not 16, it's because it's multiplicative. So if you get all 4s, it's 64. If you get 2, 4, 2, that's 2 times 2, which is 4, times 4, which is 16. And people earn rewards based off of, like, different thresholds. If you get 2 votes, you at least get 1 guild token. If you get 8 votes, I think you get 5. If you got 32 votes or points, then you get 10. If you get a full 64, you get 20. And you are allowed to resubmit your work. So if Mr. Wild over here, Mr. Wildcat, resubmits and kind of takes in this feedback, then there's a chance they'll score higher and be able to earn more guild tokens. Okay. Oh, right, this is the classic. All right, let's start here. So, Drift airdrop. Oh, okay. So, Drift is, they are perpetual and spot, they're not a DEX, what do I call them? Platform on Solana. A lot of references, which is great to see. This is nice. I see that they're learning from the Optimism mission we did. They probably learned Solana from JP Hackworth, who's our friend over at Variant. It's Jupiter airdrop, which is like Uniswap on Solana, and then they read through the criteria. It's great to see what people are learning from. So, Drift claimed, tokens claimed, 70. I think I see a lot of airdrops with like 70-80% claimed. That just seems to be like where it drops off. Tokens. Oh, actually, 34% of addresses claimed. That's actually kind of low. FDV, 470 million. Supply, 1 billion. I don't know what foregone drift means, because that can't be unclaimed drift, because it should be... Oh, I guess there's drift supply, drift claimed. So this means that they airdropped 100 million total. Probably. Dude, I can't do the math here. I think, what do you do? You do divided by 0.77, and that gives you the total. So 121, all right, let's just be exact. 120 million tokens were airdropped out of the total 1 billion supply. Oh, here's the split, okay. Yeah, all right, now this makes sense. I would personally maybe make this bigger and put it over here, because I would not have seen this. Well, I didn't see this until later on. Foregone drift, I don't know what this means. How much drift do they hold? I guess this is supposed to indicate how many sold. I think that could be more clear. Airdrop value today, current bounce value. Okay, this is top 5,000. I don't know how many addresses there were, but if you want to make it so it's easy to search, just make it so it's all of the addresses. Okay, cool. This is from Salva. I love that I'm seeing this again. This is total claims over time. So, makes sense that the big claimers kind of come in first, and then the little claimers kind of come in over time. It's a cute graph. Distribution totals doesn't interest me too much. Drift Dex stats. So really only 69 Drift Dex traders. That's interesting. So pretty low amount of traders. Volume. Okay, cool. I have seen everything I need to see. So I will say... same comment. I think this is a 2 in terms of in-depth. I think you clearly have learned from others' work and resources on how to put together a comprehensive amalgamation collection of charts on airdrops, which is great. I think you could have more clearly scoped research questions. It's not super clear what my takeaways should be on this dash. Completeness, you know, it is complete, so I'll give that a 4. Maybe I'm giving out too many 4s there, but I think it's fine. Transparency is a 2. It's open source. There's a methodology. There's nothing written on it. Dash could use more text explaining the dynamics of the airdrop. What is it called? Foregone? Is that what he used? Foregone drift. What actions qualified users for the airdrop? Is there going to be a continual distribution program? All right, like launch airdrops, strategic persistence, protocol development, trading rewards here. Yeah, so there's clearly something else. I.e., what are the trading rewards? And so that's a 16. Right? 2 times, yeah, okay. All right, let me, as per usual, check the stream is still going. Yeah, all right, we're still good. We're good. I'm quickly just gonna check to make sure that I haven't missed anyone's questions. Cool. So that's 3 down, 4 to go. Let's see, where do we go? Wow, is this the same guy who's commenting on this? Hi. Let's go Yulia, our eigenlayer restaking expert. Let's close this, put this in here. I guess this is a good example time of, I know Yulia's been with us for a while, so I'll go to the Bytexplorers dashboard and I will search up. Can I just, yeah, I can just do this. So I'll search this up and actually see what they've, so I can see they participated in the optimism quests. They did an EtherFi coverage, 1559, eigenlayer, alt layer, eigenlayer again. And this is Athena? No, Athena was the week that I missed, and I should tell people to resubmit that. Cool, all right. Oh wait, no, Athena Labs is this one. What am I talking about? I'm done. So Athena, syndicate, synthetic dollar protocol built on Ethereum. It's this one. Okay. It's the high yield stablecoin where people, they're not talking about if it's Luna or not, but it seems to be better. Current price, all right. Claimers, number of claims. I'm not sure what number of claims means here. 5% of total supply. Again, it is nice that this is spelled out here. Total claimed, okay. Price, claimed, price dynamics. Okay. Participants already claimed. Let's shoot this alike. Those claims. Yeah, just kind of explaining what's going on. Cool. I'll say novelty, you know, I think it's 2. Completeness is a 4. Actually, I think the completeness could be a 2 here, or a 3. Always like some good airdrop coverage. Since airdrop dashboards are very common, I do expect some more charts on more difficult questions like retention, actions, etc. Check out 0x Ludix submission last week for an example. 0x Ludic last week did a great dashboard. I keep saying last week. Last quest did a great dashboard on EtherFi, looking at like the different actions that people did afterwards. So 9 times 2, 18. And I gave the thread a 3 because it's mainly just showcasing the stats. I think you could do more storytelling there. 18. Good job. All right. Paul. Oh no, I need to go back and get the... I need to get my scoring thing. Oh, David, I need templates. I need template submissions. I need template comments. David's our friendly founder at Joke Race, so... Alright, so I believe I know what this is. Yes, this was a further deep dive into a Byte-like question, which is another one of our quests. You can earn tokens for answering questions on Farcaster. This one was asked by our good friend Jesse at Base. Fees burn, annual fees, sectors within. Oh, this is interesting. Bridging as a proxy for trade. Bridging in. Great. I love this. I only wish that it's missing literally just one thing, Paul. So I mentioned in a comment here, GDP is this formula. And if you're wondering why we're talking about GDP, which is, oh no, I'm going to make the dumb error everyone makes. Gross domestic product, right? It's not growth, it's gross. I think. As an econ major, I should know this. But it's consumption plus investment plus government spending plus imports minus, plus exports minus imports, right? And I think we were talking about consumption is fees, investment it would be like TVL, government spending is grants, exports and imports are bridges, is something we kind of talked about. The only thing missing up here is it would be great if you basically recreated this at the top that summed up everything here, right? That summed up your total fees, your bridging proxy, and then some like TVL stuff. And then we could have Base upload their grants data or something. However, other than that, I think that you had clear research questions. The only reason I don't think it's impactful yet is because I don't see something that's tying it together for me. But it's very close. As for completeness, this is definitely complete. As for transparency, I think this is good. This is like really close to a 4, but I I know that you're a great wizard, a great explorer, so I'm going to push you a little harder on my expectations. This is great. I think to make it more impactful needs a closer tie to the research question GDP at the top, i.e. a table that shows the sum of the components into the formula. This will also make the thread more clear and impactful. I do think this is worth pushing yourself to write an article and be short. Paul, I know you did a long report once analyzing kind of stable coins and treasuries. I think it's good practice to, you know, just either on Paragraph or Substack or something else, or even on like Twitter articles, practice kind of writing a little longer form. I think you'll see it helps kind of a lot of your thinking and like helps you kind of spot little improvements to charts and details and questions that make your work more impactful. But as always, this is good. All right, 3 times 3 times 4, 36, right? Great. Great. Oh, I didn't even read this, the DeFi report. I don't know which article here you are referring to. If you want to send that to me later. All right, I think we're almost through. Oops, nope. There we go. Salva, you're back. All right. Grow the Pie, which is one of the great data resources in crypto. Like a few of the top ones, it's Grow the Pie, L2B, DeFi Llama. Those are all great resources you should participate with. And what did he create here? I know Salva's loving playing with Tableau right now. TVL, throughput, profits. Cool. I think this is interesting play. I'm gonna say it's simple. Love to see you continue your journey playing with APIs and other dashboard tooling. I do think this is pretty simple overview, but excited to see what else you come up with. What was that? 4 times 3, 12? Right? Yeah. Right? Yeah. And you might be thinking, oh, is it just me voting on this? Is that fair? So no, it's not just me voting on this. Other Trailblazers get to vote as well. So if someone thinks my score is unfair, they can vote higher, which I think actually happens a lot. I think I grade a little more critically than everyone else. We have a good friend working through, wow, both Web3 SQL Weekly 1 through 9 and 12 Days of Dune. So these are both great ways of learning. Nice. So these are two resources for learning crypto in a deeper way. So Web3 SQL Weekly was something I did at one point every week in terms of going through one SQL concept a week. It turns out creating content every single week is kind of tiring, and I'm just not great at it yet. So apologies for not continuing that. 12 Days of Dune was something Jackie and I did, where every other day we went a little deeper into Uniswap concepts. And there is a playlist on here. I will say it starts from like very beginner and gets into very advanced. It does assume you know some SQL already. So, but this is a great way of getting into crypto data after you've learned some SQL. It is cool to see. Obviously, I have to give it a bit of a lower score just because, you know, you're following along lessons, but I think it's great. I think it is great you've gone through all this material. It's definitely, I can't spell, definitely not easy at all to go through these 18 problems. You're setting yourself up for success though, so kudos. I'm excited to see what you choose to analyze next as your first real test. DM me if you need ideas. So as you can see, like the weekly quest, it's not like everyone is submitting completely finished or expert work. Some people submit work in progress, some people submit their learnings. It's really meant to be like whatever your level is, I will try to give tips and my thoughts as much as is relevant. And you'll earn, again, on-chain rewards just for learning and contributing. And there's nothing else you have to do in the community. Like, you just chat and submit your work. There's no, like, there's harder quests if you want them, but you can also not do them. So that is this grading of these 7 submissions this week. Again, this is every 2 weeks, and week 17, sorry, not week, quest 17 is due tomorrow night, Sunday EST midnight. Excuse me, Sunday midnight EST. So yeah, I hope that everyone has learned something from this review here, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your beautiful weekends. So